GameSpot awards are always a really big thing for the staff towards the end of the year, because you plow through that heavy review season and then we've got these awards. And we're always really excited to kind of, well, argue amongst each other.
But I think it's also a love it or hate it kind of.
What's totally crazy about 2008 was that I think after 2007 we all kind of figured, well, you know what, the game industry is probably tired because there were so many amazing games in 2007, but it turns out 2008 was a very, very awesome year as well.
I've been talking to some of the guys and I think most of us have pretty much decided this is like the best year ever. Like we thought last year couldn't be topped in terms of just the games coming out. And prior to that, I think it was like 1998 or something, is like the year that everybody talks about. I think 2008 has got it beat.
Yeah, it has to be on the list.
Okay,
It has to win.
Iconic.
Yeah, it's the iconic character, video game character of 2008. None of these others will be remembered.
I mean, so before we go and have our deliberations, like we're presented with a list. And we have an opportunity to add stuff to that list or take it off.
Should we be calling out like a specific pack the way we do, or should we be talking about like the games that have had like the best post-release?
It should be a specific.
We should say the specific.
It should be a specific thing.
We'll definitely be picking out all the best games in all the genres and on all the platforms, and I'm going to tell you right now, it wasn't easy. There was definitely a lot of competition. Some genres, some platforms were very, very hard to decide because it was just that kind of year.
I don't think a lot of people realize just like the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into these deliberations we've been having over the past couple weeks.
I think a lot of people think that we just kind of walk into a room and we're just like, so, game of the year, how about just this one, and then we just throw a name out there and then everyone just goes, yeah, okay, and that's it. I think people seriously just don't understand what kind of deliberations go into this. I mean, we've met for like 5 hours at a time, like 6 times so far, and I think we still have a couple things to shore up, so there's a lot of work that goes into this.
Just picture that for every category we had anywhere from 10 to 15 potentials that we then had to whittle down to nominees that we then had to settle on for a winner. And that is no quick process.
You have to have a unanimous decision that everybody feels comfortable with that game as a winner. So now that I know how the process works, it gives it so much more gravity than I ever realized before.
I'd be up for that for artistic.
But I think artistically,
that's more artistic.
Yeah, I think when people see our nominees and ultimately our winners, I think some of the stuff is fairly predictable, I think. There are definitely some surprises in there, maybe even a couple of games that you haven't heard of, even if you read GameSpot every day. Like there are 1 or 2 games in there that you might have missed, and I'd be very surprised if there wasn't at least 1 game that is missing from the final kind of top 10 that you think absolutely had to have been there, and it isn't.
There were a lot of fantastic games. A lot of the really big names that you probably expect to see in the awards are going to make an appearance, but are they all going to win? Tune in and find out.